All right, greetings everybody. This is Bomani Tayamba, and welcome to our conference call Sunday, November 12th. And we're all getting prepared for our fall journey to Ghana, Togo, and Benin, and that's November 17th to December 1st, and our return back to the U.S. December 2nd. So my goal is to go over all of what we have gone over the last 6 months and get everybody finalized and ready. And also note to everyone that the details that I'm going to go over is attached to the email. So one of the most important things on the email is the departure and reminder list, which sometimes I may title it a little different. Departure and reminder list for your journey for November 2017. And that's going to give you a full overview. We went over that last time, but over the period of the conference call, a lot of things that we talk about is always on there. But when you get to the website, that's one of the last articles. And if you, during a period of time, if you went through all the articles, you would have been clear on everything and a whole lot more. All right, so the main thing I want to talk about since we're getting ready to leave is the exit plan. All right. So right now, everyone is set to have two check bags at 50 pounds. And then you can have two carry-on. One carry-on is a regular carry-on where maybe it's a 20-inch roll-on, and then maybe a backpack or maybe a purse or a small little bag. But those are your 4 baggage that you're allowed on the flight. It doesn't matter if you're flying domestic or international. It's a part of the whole segment of a domestic flight. So if your beginner leg is if your flight is just domestic during the first leg, that's absolutely fine. Those of us that are here with me in Atlanta, all of our flights are international. We're going to be leaving from Atlanta to Amsterdam, Amsterdam to Accra, and back the same way. Other people, like someone else, might be coming from New Orleans and they're flying from New Orleans to Atlanta, as an example. It's still the same baggage setup because it's tied to an international ticket. And the main thing right now also is for everyone to make sure that you're clear on your flight setup based on logging in to Delta Airlines and or KLM to verify all segments of your flight looks good and be clear on the times and things like that. Anyone that desires to make any kind of changes, you can make any changes you want. Don't let anyone in the airlines tell you that you have to come to me to make changes, because it's not true. Once you have your name on your ticket and it's been sent to you and you verify it, it's your ticket, it's out of our account. So make sure you put your email address and your phone number when you log into your ticket. If you need to do an upgrade or pay for a business class upgrade, you can use your credit card and pay to the airlines, whether it's Delta Airlines or KLM. And also, to go back on baggage, if your baggage is overweight, overweight is considered 51 to 70 pounds. It's an extra $100. You can get an extra check bag if you have more than enough school supplies and you want to carry more. It's $200, and that's for another 50-pound check-in bag. And note that all your bags will be checked from your first airport all the way to ACC, Accra, Ghana. So any in-between stops, don't leave and run down a baggage claim and look for your bags. It's all checked all the way through, and you can verify that right away when you check your bag. It will show departing airport and ACC. All right, and while you have all those things organized, when you're on your login, if you don't eat the regular standard diet, you can request for a special meal. And note on the KLM international route, they don't let you select seats until up to 24 hours, where you can call in, but they automatically assign seats. That's because they sell priority seating. They may be selling like a priority choice of seating for like $15 or so. But that's their practice of how they do it. I usually wait to get a seat during the last day, or I usually call 24 hours. And then just select a seat over the phone if I still can't change my seat. All right, so let me proceed to the next set of things. All right, what we have there is we have a tour book for everyone that we're looking to give to you with the t-shirt based on the size you select, some pens, a tour bag, and a few things, and that's promo supply. But the tour book itself is your actual program. It has your full scheduled, updated itinerary, all the details of everything that you're going to be doing, all of the major sites. So it's something, once we give it to you, you can read or look through it on the flight. But once we get to Ghana, we're going to go through it. And that's to help you not to juggle around a bunch of paper. So we just type in the schedule and all the important things that you need to know. And even have pages where you can, blank pages where you can just type your notes. And a reminder, group tips is $50. So if you can just have a 50 US bill, which also as another reminder that when you bring cash, bring big bills, 50, 100, so you can get a better exchange rate. When you have 20s and 10s, you do get a much smaller rate. Example, if you have a $100 bill, the exchange rate might be 4.2, so you get 420 CDs. If you have a combination of small bills, 10s and 20s, you may just get a flat rate of 4.0 to 1. So in this case, you're going to get 400 CDs versus 420 CDs. So you can see after a while it does add up. But $50 for group tips covers the full logistics of the staff of people that we have, and all of the tip into where when we go to sites, when we have entertainment and certain things, we don't always have to just go around and collect tips. So that information is on the preparation departure list. It's one of the first few items, and it's also on the general terms of all the need to know as far as the general terms of the tour.
Bomani, can you hear me?
Who am I speaking to?
Archie. Question in reference to the $20. I mean the $50. We can give that to you now to any denomination, correct? For the tips.
No, that's exactly what I'm saying for the group tips, $50 US, because I have to change the money, and I have to, because I have to change the money, and then I have to give it to the folks, the staff members who give some of them in US dollars, but the portion of the money has to be changed. So I'm telling everybody, just take it out your mind about small bills. Just only bring 50s and $100 bills, unless you just want to get a low exchange rate. But the money that you're going to get for group tips is a flat $50 bill.
Okay.
All right.
Because you're not going to exchange it until you get to Ghana. To pay
yes, that's correct.
Okay.
All right, and so what I want to do is just open things up just for any questions about anything dealing with the airlines, baggage, and just the basic preparation before you leave. And then I'll go into the itinerary and a few other things. So it's *6 to unmute yourself, or...
This is Joan.
Greetings, Joan. What is your question?
Hi there. My question is just a clarification regarding the KLM. I actually went online a week or so ago, and they did allow me to make a change and pay for an upgrade. You think that's legitimate?
Yes. What I was saying to you is that KLM Airlines don't assign seats until the 24 hours of the night before. If you would like to pay for priority seating, which is what they're selling, which I am not participating in, because I personally feel that it's just a crooked way of the airlines making getting richer and richer. It's kind of like the baggage rules and laws that they have changed. I'm a person that's been in the aviation industry for a while, and I've seen these evil, wicked changes just to keep themselves rich and rich. So there's just certain things that I'm participating. But if anyone wants to pay for a seating at $15 or so, or pay for the upgrades, it's all up to individuals. But that's completely legit. I'm a 4-time flying on KLM, and I've always just waited to where they assign these seats, because I don't want to participate in giving them cash to make them richer than they already are. If Delta Airlines can give you a seat when you purchase your ticket, then I think they should do the same, man. But it's their policy and their prerogative to do that. And since we have to fly on the airlines, we have to follow by their rules. So I just sit back and wait for my seat.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Greetings, Amicus. How are you?
Oh, sleepy. It's after midnight here.
All right, perfect. Well, it won't hold you long. You have the floor open to share to share any preparation, and then share with everyone all of the heads up on One Africa, and any need to know.
Well, I don't know if anybody has any questions for me. Well, as far as One Africa is concerned, I think that that's going to be one of the highlights of your journey here. We've got some things planned for you that are really a little bit different than just going on a tour, because you're not coming as tourists, okay? For us, for what Bomani does, what we've done for the past 11 years, has really been a pilgrimage. You know, the Muslims have Mecca, and our pilgrimage is to the slave dungeons where our ancestors were taken from. All I can say is that, you know, just be open to receive. It is not America, and if you have any preconceived notions about what Africa is, I always tell people to take off your rose-colored glasses and leave them at the airport in the United States, okay, and just leave yourself open to really be blessed and awakened. I'd like to ask everyone to put a package of tea candles, tea-light candles, in your bags, because we'll use them for the ceremonies, okay? And I do it a lot, so getting tea-light candles over here is really kind of difficult. So if you can, everybody put some tea-light candles in the bag. They come in bags of 50, and it doesn't really take up a lot of space. I'd appreciate that very much. And I think Bomani, I told you a few things that I needed. Oh, yeah, and some hot sauce. That's what I need. Wrap it real good, put it in your checked luggage, and bring me a couple of bottles of hot sauce, okay? Because you know how you folks like your hot sauce? In terms of what to bring, I guess Bomani's probably told you to bring large bills, 50s and 100s, because they get a better rate of exchange. And just remember that it is Africa, and tipping is permitted, okay? I don't know, when folks find out they come into Africa, they seem to...
All right, everyone, somehow Amicus got disconnected, so I'll just continue until she gets back on. What I want to talk to everybody about is the itinerary. The itinerary, I made very minor changes to the itinerary. I had to get the itinerary finalized today for the tour book, so it could be sent out for printing tomorrow, so we can get it back in a few days. So the itinerary, the only changes that were updated is the hotel for Togo and Benin. So that one. So for those who are going, my apologies. I should have had the updated hotels on there. This is just basically a tour guide recommendation to put us on the Atlantic Ocean. So instead of the hotels being in, both hotels give you beach access. You'll love the one in Togo, Novella Star, and also the one in Benin, which is the Atlantic Beach Hotel. So so it goes in the flow, same as One Africa. One Africa is on the Atlantic Ocean. So when we do the Ghana, Togo, Benin, we're basically riding on the entire coast of West Africa through all three countries, and we're going to be lodging. So it's going to be a nice scenic ride and scenic view at the hotel. And I can guarantee that we're clear for swimming in One Africa. It's a little rough at the water, so you'll see the big signs, no swimming. So, but once I get clarity if we can swim in the other two, then if those who want to go swimming, you can just enjoy your swimming. Beyond that, what I did is update some of the times on the itinerary as the flight schedule changed. So now for day one, our meetup time is still 4 o'clock in Atlanta. For those who are meeting or going to be in Detroit, JFK, and Seattle, our goal is to just try to connect as many people as possible so people can begin to meet each other at those airports. But everything is set for us. Once we leave Atlanta, 5:38, we get to Amsterdam at 8:15. So most of the flights are coming in at that time. So everything is set after that for us to meet at 12:30 for our meet and greet, and the flight departs at 2:25. Now, in between that, if you feel like your layover is long and you want to proceed to Amsterdam Central, exit the airport. You can ask for directions to where the lockers are. You put your belongings, your carry-ons in the locker. Once you get back upstairs, the train station is right there where you can purchase a ticket to go downtown Central Amsterdam. It's about 950 euros for a round trip, and you can spend like about 2 hours. That way you leave and get back and be at your gate by 12:30. I would say 1 o'clock the latest. So on the attachment, I have attached file. Let's say flight schedule option. So in that detail, it talks about the process if you're in Amsterdam and you want to go out. So you can read through that. And these are the same things I've had on the email over the last 6 months and been going over it. So be free to just open up these attachments and just read through them. It's just full of detail and information. All right, and now once we all meet and introduce each other, my goal is to give everybody their supplies and collect tips, and then my goal is to get rid of much of these supplies with me because they take up additional space. You can imagine it's 43 of us, so it's a lot of books, bags, T-shirts, pens, and so on. All right, yeah. And so everyone, let me just repeat myself real quick and clear. What we're doing is we're going to Amsterdam, but it's not a part of the itinerary. So everyone, you're on your own once you get to Amsterdam. The main thing that you need to do is make sure that you meet us at the gate at 12:30 p.m. So we can do the meet and greet. If you're a little bit late, that's absolutely fine. If you have issues with your flights or you miss your flight or you have any delays, you just communicate with the Delta counter. If you happen to miss your flight going to Amsterdam and you're not going to make the flight to Ghana, the best thing to do is this. Same thing, go to the Delta counter, they'll rearrange your flight. Once you're clear on what the rearrangements are, just send me an email, or you can send me an email, and then you can also help out by sending a WhatsApp message or something, so we can communicate. It's something that I don't expect to happen, but it has happened a time or two. And but it's no big deal because what we do is we just make arrangements so you get an airport pickup. And then the same thing to any cost of your delays or anything going on, you have to pay for it if Delta decide that they're going to charge you for having to change your ticket. So all those things we're expecting everybody to be clear on. That way we can get ready to focus on the actual tour. So once we depart Amsterdam, and we get to Ghana at 7:55. So once we get to the country, just make sure that you have your paperwork and everything good, which is your yellow card and your passport details. Fill out your customs form, and then just proceed through the line. Once you proceed to the line, passport control, you're going to be right there in baggage claim. And once you're in baggage claim, just get a free cart and only put your bags on your cart. And you want to make sure all of your check bags, all of the numbers from your baggage receipt that you receive or depart airport is matched up with your luggage, because when you're exiting the airport, you have officers there that will check your bags to make sure that everyone has the correct bags. So it's a nice, basic, smooth exit plan. And once our tour guide meets us, we'll have a few people, one at the front, one in the middle, and one in the back. And their goal is to make sure all of us follow a line right to the bus, to where we can get on the bus, so we can start getting everybody bags in the bus, so we can make our way to the Midland Hotel. So we can just do a brief orientation, get everybody to their rooms, and make sure everybody just get a nice rest. That way you can get up in the morning. I note that when we get to the hotel, it's 10 o'clock, so there will be no meals. If you decide that you want to purchase something, If the hotel is they're still open, you can order something. If not, then once we step out, which is like an hour later, you can always just get some food, some chicken, some fish, or we'll take you somewhere where you can just order something. But only thing that's scheduled for that first night when we get there is this nightlife. We're just going to do some gathering outside of the hotel. For those who are interested, and for those who are not, that's fine. Day 3, Sunday, November 19th, that's the beginning of our first full day. So morning exercise and wake-up call is 6 o'clock. So we're looking to do exercise about 6:15 to 7 o'clock for those who are interested, and that's always downstairs by the pool area. 7 o'clock is breakfast. 8 o'clock, we want everybody to have their stuff organized and ready, and we inspect the bus and get everything going. And by 8:30 the latest, our goal is to Abri and Tutu Mountains. So we're actually going to go up to the mountains on that first full day. So we're going to stop by Rita Marley House and Foundation and take pictures outside. We're going to visit the Trinity Home Foundation, which is a school and an orphanage in Tutu, to donate supplies. We're going to take a walk through the Abri Botanic Gardens. We're going to shop at the Abri Wood Carving Village. And then we're going to do a nice tour around the University of Ghana. So that's what we call a nice full day tour. Right. And later on, we have a nice welcome dinner. So it's where we want everybody to dress up in their nicest gear, and we're going to have dinner at the Jamrock, the restaurant right in our neighborhood, Isogon. And that's more like a welcome dinner, and then a nice little welcome orientation. So that's be a beautiful Sunday. Now Monday is when we do our city tour. So we're gonna go to the Accra Art Center, where you can do lots of shopping. Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park, George Padmore Library, in the W.E.B. Du Bois Center, Independence Square. So you're gonna get that whole Pan-African shopping city tour experience right there in Accra. And later on, we're going to have our only conference for this tour, which will be right there at our hotel. So we're going to do dinner at 5 o'clock, and then the Repatriation Investment Conference at 6 o'clock. So we're going to go through the whole process of living and doing business in Ghana with a lot of different people who are going to be presenting details. So that is our 3 days in Accra. And then day 5, Tuesday, November 21st, we're going to be heading to Kumasi. So when we're heading out, we want to make sure everybody have their big bags packed and have it inside the door. So when me and my crew come to pick up the bags, we have your big bags, so we load the bus right away. And then we have that long process of drive, so we usually just let everyone know, use the restroom before you get on the bus, and then whenever the next stops, you go use the restroom and watch your water level. And if you do need an emergency stop and you have to stop, just let myself or the tour guide know, and we'll inform the driver to stop emergency. So we want everyone to feel comfortable in that process. So I'm going to break from here while we're talking about that drive from Accra to Kumasi and connect Sister Imacus back. And everyone, the line is open for if you have questions for Imacus, the owner of One Africa Resort. The last part of our segment for the Ghana portion of the tour. We'll be here for 3 days. So it's the best time for questions right now.
This is Joni. I want to know, is Wi-Fi available at One Africa?
Well, we have what we call hotspots.
Okay.
If you can find a hotspot, you can do Wi-Fi. Otherwise, we can always take you to an internet cafe.
Okay.
And some phones, if you have an iPhone, then there's a personal hotspot that allows you to get online.
Okay. At the cafe, do you just use your credit card, pay as you go?
No, you use cash.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. The thing with using the credit card, you should be aware that the interest that they charge you for using the credit card is really quite high. So as much as possible, avoid using a credit card. You can use one. We do have ATM machines, and they will accept MasterCard and Visa, which is one of the most popular cards. But it is expensive.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Is there anything else? Hello?
Oh, no, not for me. I'm done, and I appreciate your help. And I'll bring the cash.
Okay.
I have a question. Do you have laundry facilities there if we need to wash clothes?
Yeah, we have someone that can do the laundry for you. Is
there a charge?
Okay. Yeah, there's a charge to do the laundry. It's not overly expensive, but when you bring your laundry, we'll do it for you. We have
okay, thank you.
If anyone is interested, we also offer massage, reflexology, mud facial, excuse me, manicure, pedicure. For those that are interested, and what you do is you'll sign up for that as soon as you arrive, and we can make arrangements to have these people here. Also, we have a chiropractor. So those are some of the services that we can offer.
All right, perfect. Next person, can you give your name and where you're calling from and your question for Amicus? All right, so I guess everybody's well prepared, so no one have any questions.
Now, I have one question. This is Brenda. I just clicked in. What I'm finding here in the United States is African clothes made out of China and India. I was wondering, when I come there, I want to know that I'll be getting something made from Ghana.
Well,
what is happening with that?
The best way to assure that is if, one, you buy your material. We do have factories that make Ghana material. Mm-hmm. There is a lot of made in China, made in India material. Mm-hmm. So you really can't tell if the garment that you're buying that's already made as to whether or not it's actually made in Ghana, unless you can find sometime in the scene, you can find like GPS or GPC, which is a Ghana-made product. Okay. Otherwise, when you're shopping, when you go to the market to buy material, then you can make sure then that the product that you're getting is material made in Ghana. I don't buy China-made material. I don't buy material made by the French. My material that I buy is made in Ghana. That's important for me.
It's important for me, too.
That we support our own. Mm-hmm. Now, one of the things that you can do, I'm going to be coming up there for your orientation, I think. I have to check the schedule. But we have a really great seamstress here. She's a designer. Mm-hmm. And she can make your clothes for you. We'd have to get her immediately when you come, and you'd have to bring your material. That's as close as we can get to assuring that it's Ghana-made and a Ghana product.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Excellent. Amicus, you want to give us any updates on anything going on in Ghana? Any need to know? Any?
No,
everything is cool.
Everything is cool. We're being privatized in terms of electricity, and I understand that the Chinese and India, and I forget the other countries that's interested in buying our electricity. The good thing is that Ghana will own 51%, which is different. You know, it's not like the oil where they got a 99-year lease and Ghana got 10%. So let me tell you one thing. You know corruption, serious business. So, but that's basically it. Everything is quiet. You don't have to worry about diseases and all the rest of that. You'll have your Mosquito repellent, I suggest that you don't use DEET, that you use something that's natural. For ladies that like to wear them shorts, it's really not advisable. You want to wear lightweight clothing. When I say lightweight, light color, white, bright colors, not blacks. And anything that you need in terms of medications, bring your medicines with you. If you need to bring extra batteries, AA, AAA batteries, you need to bring them with you because they are rather expensive here. And if you need those special lithium batteries, you should bring them because they would be hard to find here.
Archie, whenever you get a chance. For One Africa?
Yes, this is One Africa.
Why the black clothing or lighter color clothes so you can see the bugs, etc., or what is with the?
Yeah, really. Mosquitoes like dark places.
Okay.
So that's why we say something light as opposed to black.
And not DEET, but off and others are okay.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want to use DEET. DEET is poisonous. They're all poisonous as far as I'm concerned. But citronella oil, things like that.
Okay.
I know they have off, and there's a couple of others that say that they're all natural. That's the best type of mosquito repellent to use.
Okay. But, Monty, something else about this these repellents that we're taking, are they not going to take our cans of repellent out of our bags at the airport? They're going to let us go through?
Yes, absolutely. You want to put those things in your check bags. Any liquid over 3 ounces needs to be put in your check bag. So thanks for the reminder on that one.
Okay. Because I know at the airport they've been funny about taking everything out your stuff.
Yeah, and if you have certain things like lighters and things like that, and that you want to bring everything in your check bags.
Okay.
And like the hot sauce, just wrap it up nice and smooth to where it doesn't pop or bust or explode on your clothing.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. All right, everyone, we have Amicus of One Africa live, ready to answer any of your questions that you have about One Africa or Ghana, or your pilgrimage experience there at Elmina or Cape Coast Holocaust Dungeon. Right, and some of the things, let's go back to some of the things that we've talked about. So we want everyone to bring a set of whites for when we do our Ancestor Day at the Holocaust Dungeons. A set of, or a combination of red, black, green, or gold, the Ghana nation color. For when we go to Ancestor Day 1, which is a Sin Manso. And also, we have the Africa for Africans T-shirt. It's black and white, so that's if you want to wear a white shirt, that's a perfect white shirt to wear. And that's the day where myself and most people who we have set to wear the shirt. So that's one white item that you have. And then for some people, if you just want to wear that shirt that we have a different day, it's absolutely fine. Our goal is to this when we do recordings and pictures to have some of the shirts throughout the week. And for those who are bringing school supplies, if you can also just process and think about financial donations. You can make a financial donation to the school when you physically get there. So you can do a combination, or you can do either or. All right, and everyone, what I really wanted to do today is just open up for questions. Most of the things that we're talking about is things that we just went over and over the period of time, and we have it listed. So we just really want to generate questions so we can share additional information. So the line is open. Press *6 to unmute yourself.
Bomani, this is Brent. I spoke to one of my former students, and she went to Ghana a few months ago. She was telling me about this app, and I heard you mention it, where you can text free in Ghana called I thought you said WhatsApp. You mentioned it a few minutes ago or during this call. That's the first time I heard you say anything about it, but she mentioned it to me when we had a talk the other night. She told me her group leader downloaded it and then added us on it. So I didn't know if that was the way it had to be. Can we do it independently, or do we need you to do this? Because that's how they communicated with her group leader when they were, doing things throughout their trip.
Exactly. You can just download it on your phone, and then my same business cell phone that you call, that's the number you reach me at. And that's what I was saying. Once I get to Amsterdam, anyone that may be interested in coming to hang out with us, you can send me a message, and I can tell you just meet me downstairs. And if you want to follow us, you can follow us. We're just going to hang out downstairs. Or in general, if you just want to just send me a message saying, hey, I just got to Amsterdam, and things, and that's fine. But the main thing is for everyone to know the meetup point, which is the departure gate at the the airport. So as long as everybody make it to the departure gate, all of us will meet and see each other. But
okay.
You just go on your Google Play Store and just type in WhatsApp and download it. Start using it right now to just get used to it.
Brother Bomani?
Sure, go ahead.
Guys, it's Sister Keisha, Florida. You're gonna use just your number that we have for you as for WhatsApp, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, I just wanted to confirm. And our ticket, we can just check in online. We don't have to print anything for our travel, correct?
For your ticket, when you log in on the Delta or KLM, it gives you an option to check in within 24 hours, and then once you check in, it gives you an option to process your check-in. So when you get to the airport, the only thing you have to worry about is to drop your bags and then proceed to your gate.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bomani, this is Joan in Atlanta again. Are we allowed to bring snacks like apples and oranges into Ghana?
That's a good question. Amicus, usually what I say is just bring like dehydrated snacks and things like that.
Okay.
But I think that is a good question. Last I remember, I'm always seeing people taking apples and things out your bag, security, both ways, on the way to Ghana and back. So I usually don't do it myself. But if I do, it's usually in my check bag.
Okay.
So as long as you put in your check bag, you're good to go. But don't. And then you can probably get away with it in a carry-on bag. It's one of those funny situations, and that's why in strange situations, I tell everybody just put it in your check bag.
To piggyback on that, Brother Bomani, I heard you say we could bring dehydrated snacks like granola bars or like in our luggage. Yeah,
definitely want to bring your snacks. You're there for 2 weeks, so think about it. We're going to be on the bus. We're going to be playing movies and documentaries and things like that. You can get snacks and things at the stops in Ghana. But, let's think about if it's more convenient. It is more convenient because that's what I've done over the period of time. Just bring things and just have it available.
Okay.
This is Joanna. I have a few questions.
Sure, go ahead.
Do we need a converter?
The main thing I would recommend is a universal adapter that you can plug into any wall socket in the world, and then get you a universal extension. In items, the things that you're going to plug in, tablets, phones, and all of them, they have a standard 110 to 220 built-in converter. Same thing with your camcorders. All those things have been built over the period of time. I've seen it to where they used to be where you had to get a converter or your camera and things like that will blow. But now you don't have to worry about that. So the main thing you want to do is just get the adapter or get you one of those kits with different adapters for different countries, and then get your extension cord, and that will work for all of your electronics, including your. If you bring a regular iron, like I've seen people do, bring a regular iron. Those irons sometimes are only regulated for the U.S., so they might only be 110. Even though I'm sure most of them are 110 to 220. but if it doesn't have that built-in range, and it will show you on every single device that you have, and that's how you avoid blowing any of your devices. Like example, sometimes for the most part, like speakers, they're not going to have that built-in range, and you end up blowing your speakers. So that's when you need a converter. And I hope that sounds clear to everybody.
My next question is are we in singles or doubles?
2 people to a room, 2 separate beds, unless someone requested otherwise.
I'm sorry.
And people are, or husband and wives or couples, naturally we have them in one big bed, a double bed. But everybody else is in 2 separate beds, with the exception of the couples.
And then do we exchange money when we're in the airport, or is there someplace else we're going to do that transaction?
You exchange money in the morning. We have someone come on the bus, and also someone that will come to the hotel in the morning. Especially if we don't get a chance to do that at night. We can't really guarantee how it's going to work at night based on when we get in. But we'll make sure that we have someone available to at least exchange a few money for people who want to go out for that night. And then every other day we have someone available, or we'll go to a Forex bureau where you can exchange your money. And then if you need to use ATM machines, for the most part, we're going to be in Accra, Cape Coast, and Elmina. So they have tons of ATM machines that take Visa and MasterCard. And then the same thing is going to be for Togo and Benin. We're in the main cities of both of those countries.
And one last question. Do you have the contact information yet for the new hotels we'll be staying at in Benin and Togo?
Yeah, I'd have to. What I'm going to do is generate the contact information for all of the staff members and the hotels and everything. And our goal is to get it to you at least 2 days before we leave, to type everything up nice and neat and make sure all of the numbers are still good. And but the hotels, they're there on the website on the tour overview and the itinerary. And once you click on a link or go to their site, contact details are there. But I want to put everything together on the same spreadsheet we usually have to give everyone if they want to share information with their family or friends. So if somebody needs to call them, you'd either be able to call one of us on staff, or you will be able to call the hotel. So that is the goal.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Brother Bomani. How you doing, man? This is Darius from Atlanta.
Terrace, go ahead, brother. How are you?
I'm fine, man. Hey, I wanted to ask you, do you recommend a phone service over there or a card service for the phone, or go with what my service I have here?
All right. Example, as far as the phones, what I usually do, I have me one of those unlocked phones that I carry with whatever country I go to. I usually get a local SIM card, and I put it in the phone, and that's usually about $3 to $5 US, and I get about $10 US of worth of minutes. And then if I need to call anybody or do things like that, I can do that. But I usually get Glow, and I'm gonna probably get an MTN chip next. So those are the 2 popular networks.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, man.
Perfect.
I must say, I thought this day would never come, and now it's here.
Yeah, man, just gotta pace yourself. Since I'm telling all the folks that say they want to come to travel with us next year, I tell them, it's just a process of just getting started and then pacing yourself, and then giving up all the things that you need to give up in between to make it work.
Yeah. One more question, man. You talked about the documents. You are referring to the yellow fever, the passport, and the visas, correct? Or is there anything else other than that?
Those are your documents, and the other document is just a ticket, which they don't really need once you get to the country.
Okay. All right. Got it.
So yeah, you're literally set. So I'm hoping that everybody got all 3 of their visas, and it's one of the things for those who are traveling with us next year. you have to, at the 3-month mark, get your multiple entry visa for Ghana. If you only want to do single entry at the 3-month mark, just get your visa, and then that's 2 months, 3 months. So that's more than enough time to get a visa. This situation is a little more complicated. The Togo and Benin, it takes about 15 days to get both visas if you do back-to-back. But any technicalities or anything in between can cause a delay. So I'm hoping that everybody have their visa all worked out by the time we leave. If not, then you just call the airlines and give them the best estimated time when you get your visa so they can schedule for you for a flight. And then you send us an email, and then we schedule your pickup, and then you join the group. And because it's just nothing we can do. But it's these are things that happen, unfortunately, but we always have game plans to make it work out. So everybody in the future, the best thing to do, especially if you're traveling with us to Brazil, you get us 6 months ahead before you go to Brazil. Just go ahead and get the visa. It's good for 10 years. So you just have it that way out the way. The same thing for Ethiopia. They'll give you an extended few year visa. So. And that's my best recommendation for the future. And from how we do visas, this year has been the visa nightmare year. I've never seen someone's visas go bad. I've just had stories more than any other year combined, from Brazil to Ethiopia to Ghana. It's just unnecessary visa madness. So it's a process we all learn from, but we just can keep on telling people this. Read the directions on the site and apply for the process. It's the same thing that we have to do, and they don't treat us different from anyone else. We have to follow the same direction, and if we do something wrong, they'll send it back, or they delay it, or they throw it to the side. And most important thing about visa process, always make sure you have a prepaid return envelope and have your tracking information for the return envelope, so you can have at least a tracking going and tracking back. Right. Right, so let me move on from that since the visa were all...
Bomani, this is Nicole from Orlando. I have 2 things before you move forward. The first thing, someone asked about bringing fruits with them on the trip, and I would strongly urge you not to do that. I've been detained twice for trying to bring an orange or a tangerine into a country. Because you have to, when you come through their customs, you have to claim it, and they don't allow you to bring plants, fruits, vegetables, anything that's organic, that's live, quote unquote, into another country. So in order to avoid any delay in you getting inside a country, I would say don't chance it. And then the second thing is, for the school that we're visiting, what type of school supplies would you say they need for us to bring?
I would say bring financial donations and things like bags, pens, calculators, crayon, any kind of scientific materials would be very helpful.
Okay, rulers?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Rulers, protractors, scientific calculators, more specific, things of that nature.
Okay. Thank you.
And I would say the lighter the better.
Yeah, definitely.
Good morning. This is Brenda. You forgot to mention book bags, because I did get some book bags.
Yeah, I mean, there's no limitations of what you can bring. Only thing I would say is just don't bring textbooks, because 1 or 2 textbooks is not going to work for a class full of students. But definitely bags are one of the big things. A lot of times you have, even when I was in Ethiopia, I was just, when we were driving around, all the students had like little things they put together with their bags, and then you'd see 1 or 2 students with actual book bags. But bags, children book bags are one of the most important things that you can bring. A lot of times it just takes up a little space. And then definitely there's a whole lot of black dolls as we begin to just bring more black dolls into the schools, and if we see any white dolls, we usually just just trash them and then replace them to be nice.
So, what grade level or what age level are these students?
This children, 13 and under, 12 and under. This basic elementary, primary school. What you're looking to do, you're looking to get things to children at an early age that will build their scientific mind and basic supplies. and the schools that go to, these are schools where the children don't have. So all of those things are very helpful. So I always thank everybody for this, bringing all the things from the kindness of their heart. And then, they're requesting more financial donation as they're looking to cover sponsorship and looking to cover maintenance of the building and, take care of the bills and things like that. So, but, across the board, anything from your heart, will help, and it always add up. All right, perfect. I'm going to jump back on the quick itinerary, and then I'll just, we just go through a few more questions. Let me get everybody muted again. Right, and when last I was going through the itinerary, we were leaving Accra and on our way to Kumasi. So these drives are going to be long. This one drive is 5 hours alone. So we asked what we do on a 5-hour drive, and that's why we usually work hard to make sure we get in a big group, at least a group over 20, so we can have the finance to cover a bus with a microphone, TV, a bus that has a reclining seat, something that's very comfortable to where people can relax and have a nice smooth ride around the country. The roads are very good on the route that we plot from Accra to Kumasi and to Cape Coast and back. So while we're on the bus, we're going to have documentaries. But before we even get into documentary, one of us, myself or a business partner, Ron, or someone else we have on staff, or we just work it out, we're going to be doing some introductions. And the main thing, for those who don't want to be on YouTube, and just let me know heads up before we start the process, because once I get videos, I don't do too much editing of certain things because we already have it preset to how we're going to record videos, and so we just upload tons of videos, the full journey. And if there's something, don't say anything that you don't, you later going to ask us to edit. Just be clear on that whole process. Everything that we're sharing, we're just sharing with our peers, and we're just talking about experience, and anyone else in the world that finds offense to it, that's their business. We're sharing our experience in Ghana. We're sharing why we came to Ghana, why we're connecting, what brought us here, how we feel. Some of us are going to talk about life on the JOB, like someone like myself always referred to those years on the plantation and those factors of just hardship and pressure and dealing with certain things that have built my consciousness to want to travel to Africa and do things in Africa. So, don't be afraid or ashamed to share it, but I don't want anyone to lose their job or something because of videos and things like that, especially for those who are in the military and law enforcement, or those who are any kind of certain positions. Definitely understand that I've been there to where when I go hang out with friends, I used to lay low because I didn't want to get caught up into whatever people are doing. Definitely understand that situation. So just please just let us know. The same thing with pictures, and we just won't post them. But that's one of the nature of how we share our information is with full documentation. I've always had a camera and a camcorder in my hand since I started traveling to Africa, because I always say that no one's going to even believe us that we went to Africa, and it's like sometimes I can't even believe that we're in Africa, and we used to read about Marcus Garvey and talking about Africa, and now we're there, and it's amazing. So a lot of my family in Jamaica, I've been able to share with them the things we're doing because they always been wondering what are we doing in Africa. So that introduction of when we start talking and sharing with each other is sometimes we get emotional, but it's it's like open mic, share what you have to share with the world, and this and a lot of times when you share certain things, you have an impact on other people because they feel the same way you feel, but they may not have wanted to make that journey because of the pressure of their family and other people saying why are you going to Africa and things like that. So my whole goal from the beginning was always to just make and share our story with our brothers and sisters in the world, and to know that it's Africa is a beautiful continent welcoming us home, and the different level of experience. So that's like straight revolutionary camp for for the last straight 13 years. So beyond the introduction, once we all talk and socialize. We just get some documentaries going. So for those who have any interest in documentaries that they like to share, we have a DVD player on the bus. For those who have a flash drive with the video on it, we can also play it from the flash drive. And so bring what you have. It's a lot of long rides. Some rides 5, 6, some 8 hours. We'll just make it work that way. We have frequent stops, so no one feel uncomfortable. And I feel everybody should just enjoy the sightseeing. So we leave from Accra, and once we get to Kumasi, we're just going to settle at the Noda Hotel. This is an incredible hotel. It has an elevator in it. And we're going to do the same thing, too. We're going to have a sequence to where we work the bags to get everybody to their room and settle and organize. And only thing we have scheduled for that night, which is Tuesday, is to do nightlife. So we'll go out somewhere social. For those who are into pool, we usually shoot pool when we're in Kumasi at Vienna City, and then just socially hang out at their lounge. And then that's also the same thing for the next day. So it's just basic nightlife, just to socialize with each other. The full day there in Kumasi is just all craft villages. So if you want to shop, you can shop. Just make sure that you have all of your, get all your money exchanged, and just be prepared to buy. You're going to, where, which is the Kente Club village, but we're also going to Ntanso, where you get the Adinkra stamp on the Kente cloth. So those are places where you'll be able to just get those things customized. But when you get to the actual culture center, that's where you just get access to all of the things that's made in the country. And from there, the next day, we're looking at going to Asinman. So that's where that's Thursday, November 23rd. That's where you wear the red, black, green, and gold combination. And from there, we just proceed to One Africa, where we're going to have a welcome at One Africa. And from One Africa, we're going to work it to where we have some people staying at One Africa and some people staying at Almond Tree. So we have that worked out. So we'll be, while we're on tour, we'll be letting everybody know all those things as I begin to finalize all of my spreadsheets and have those prepared for the tour. Since we have so many people and people have to be moved around in bags, a lot of things we have is just organized on sheets. So me and Ron will be working the logistics to make all of these things smooth. And that's what it takes when you do this type of operation. And while we're there in Elmina, we're looking to go to the Akoma International Academy of Arts and Science, and that's our second major school that we go to. And same thing, school supply, financial donation. The school does a wonderful welcome presentation for us. And from there, we're looking to do a few land sites, visit Kwabna tour guide to show you land sites in Elmina and give you the price and options for those who want to live and do business in that part of Ghana, which is Elmina. Now from there, the next main thing we have is the canopy walk. What I usually recommend is, for those who are looking to schedule appointments at One Africa, get clay bath, get massages. Some people might want to relax a little bit because they've been on the move for the last several days. That's a perfect day to do it. For those who are coming to the canopy walk, make sure that you have your hiking boots on, ready, and you're fit. Make sure you're military style, fit and ready. Because you're going to be hiking through the forest 45 minutes. You're going to be hiking across the canopy, and then you're going to be hiking back down to the forest. So it's something that's a little physically challenged. So I never recommend everybody to go on there, but I always just say that it's up to the individuals, and we don't want to scare anybody. But I have many videos on YouTube, and so you can check the videos out and see if it's something you want to do, and if not, that's fine. It's usually just a few of us, we're few brave soldiers that do the troop and everything, and we make it fun, and we shake the canopy, and we make jokes about snakes and lions and all kind of things, and I'm just into adventurous things like that. So for those who are seriously adventurous, join me on the canopy walk. For those who we're gonna get intimidated or get a little shaky when we start playing around and just doing certain things. Just enjoy a nice relaxing time at One Africa, and they'll get you nice and good on them clay baths and massages and anything that you need, or you can just relax and just kick back in front of the and just watch the ocean. It's one of the most incredible scenery on our tour. All right, and the next day is when we do the Holocaust dungeon. So dress in all white, and if you choose to wear another color, or if you just don't believe in wearing all white, that's absolutely fine. You usually see 1 or 2 people with something different, and that's fine. We don't want to feel like we're dragging anybody into a cult or anything, but it's part of ceremonial amicus set up for us, and that's part of it. The naming ceremony, the wearing white, the candles, the feeding the ancestors, so it's really connecting, tying us to the ancestors and tying us to also certain celebrations in Africa, dealing with us connecting to ancestors. So that is that long, beautiful, incredible day of us in all white, and from there, our Ghana tour ends. And for those who are going to Togo and Benin, we're gonna head out in the morning early on the bus, and Amicus will have things set up to get everyone lunch, which should be part of the package, and get you a transport to the Accra airport for those who are heading back. And for Togo and Benin, everyone, it's we're going to be on the Atlantic Ocean the whole time, so it's just set up for us to get away from some of the tension of whatever is going on in Togo. But I'm assured by both of my guides that the things that are going on, we're in a secluded area, away from any demonstration or anything. So we don't want anybody to feel shaked up about the people in Togo just protesting their government to step down. So nevertheless, things are online. So if you see things, you may see things violent. You may hear a few people. You may see death tolls and things like that. But make sure that you look at where it's at and look at where it's at in the country. So it's far away from your tourist route and the tourist district where we're going. The same thing, I was in Brazil, and while we were in Brazil doing our thing in Brazil, it was all kind of other stuff going on around the country, even to where, the final night when we went out, it was just military police everywhere. But my goal and protocol with safety and security is to make sure everybody is safe and secure, and make sure that we walk and follow a path where we have no problems with anything going on in the country. But there's going to be things going on wherever we travel, and it's up to us. Like when Ebola hit and people are saying, oh, this is Ebola madness, I was telling people that this is not really the true news of what's going on, and and I'll just push it, and some people came with me and some people cancel, so, but just make sure whatever you look at, make sure you also do your research, and don't just look at it and just be like, oh, I'm going to West Africa and all of these things are going down, and because that's not what it is. We're going to big countries and we drive into a certain path, and we're not going to drive into a demonstration or certain things. So beyond that, let me open things up for a few questions, and then I'll just close on the last segment of our things. So everyone, you can press *6 to mute yourself and just ask any question you have. And for those who are not going to communicate with questions throughout the week, you want to send a text or call me, you can, and I answer your question while I'm packing and finalizing everything, so we can get ready to leave out Friday. All right. Anybody have any questions?
Yeah, well, this is Theris again. Atlanta. Hey, what time did you say we need to meet, or we need to be at the airport in order to get everything situated?
No, I was saying the meet and greet is actually inside at the departure gate, basically meeting 2 hours before the flight leaves. Yeah, but as far as our initial meet, we're going to be leaving from the international terminal, so I would say D2 or D1, and my goal is to text everybody the people that are living or leaving from that will be outside Atlanta airport. we can just meet up at D1 or D2. It will just be a kiosk where, you'll see all of us, and then we just all can connect. But that will be about 3 o'clock.
Okay.
So I was going to send a message out for 3 o'clock for that meetup. And then for those who have extra bag space, I definitely need a bunch of hands because everybody sometimes feel like they can just mail stuff here. And I just be able to just magically pack them up and get them going. But you may see me with more bags than I can handle, which is usually the case. So I'm asking a few people that in Atlanta, which I'll be reaching out to just meet me there at 3 o'clock, and then we move some things around. I mainly just have a lot of school supplies and the supplies for some of our elders and people that we do business with there in the country.
Gotcha, man.
So Taris, if you got one bag, that's perfect. I can use the next bag.
I think I'm gonna have that magical number of 4, man.
Yeah, they say big guys like to pack small. I think you may have one bag.
Now, man, honestly, man, my sister, my family came through with donations, man, so I probably have 1.5 bags just for, the donations that are going over. So, doll babies and soccer balls.
What kind of doll babies you got? I got to inspect these doll babies.
Nah, man, they're the ones of the melanated color.
Yeah, I know you wouldn't do that. But I know you wouldn't do that. But some people would just be like, "Well, it's a doll. A doll is a doll." I was like, "No, it's not."
Highly melanated, man. Highly melanated.
Yeah. So we talk about many of the preparation and the supplies. So I still got a few quiet people on the call that have never asked any questions, but just ask a nice question, and we just go through it. So we have time for a few more questions before we close.
This Milka, Bomani, you mentioned something about the custom papers, and it's just the visa, the yellow fever, and your passport, right? Is it something else that you need to have, or is it something that they give you on the plane or something like that? Or just those 3?
Yes, as far as that's all the documents you need. Now, when you're on the flight, they give you just a custom form, and you just fill it out, and you just put that with your passport until they take it from you.
Okay, all right.
All right, next question as we begin to close on questions or anybody or anything anyone would like to share before we close.
This is Archie.
All right, go ahead, Archie.
Thank you very much.
My question has to do with, will there be, let's say when we're in Accra and going to Kumasi, and et cetera, even though we may be coming back to the hotel, is there storage in the hotel? Is there storage or safety box in your room so we could perhaps leave either our passports and vital documents so that we won't have to worry about losing them or traveling? And
yeah, when you travel, you have to bring everything with you.
Safe deposit box in the hotel itself?
Each room will have safe deposit box, but once you leave the hotel, you need to take everything with you and bring it with you during your travel. We're at no point we're going back to the same point once we leave.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. All right, we have a few lines open. Next person, state your name and your question. All right, phone number.
Hi, Bomani.
Go ahead.
This is Marion in North Carolina. I won't be traveling until May 2018, but I have a quick question. Sure. My mom is traveling with me. She will not be able to do the canopy walk, and
Marion, repeat that information. You got muted by accident.
I'm sorry. I'm traveling 2018, but my mom says she wants to travel with me, but she's not able to do the canopy walk. With people who are traveling with you who can't do those extracurricular activities where they're doing a lot of walking, would there be other things that she could do at the hotel?
Yeah, absolutely. She can get it's a resort, so you can relax. You can get massages and things like that. And if you just want to go out in town and shop, you can shop all the time if you
okay.
have every location where we are, we're in a main city where you have a lot of shopping outside.
Okay, and I know that you have some of the guys that are there on the ground and people who will be with us while we're doing the tours. Will there be an extra person left behind for people who can't do those other activities to go with them out and about to do shopping?
Absolutely. We always have lots of people available. There's people available, so that's no problem. It's and if nothing else, we can get someone, and then she just pay for the cost of whatever it is to take her around to do something private, and that's fine. But, we have those things all worked out. All right, excellent. And we have to get you locked in before the space fill up like this one. We're all full. So I got your information. So what I'll do is, Marion, I'll be giving you a call tomorrow and talking with you so we can get you locked in on the journey for May.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. All right, next person, your question. I'm going to close unless someone else has questions, but today I just wanted to open everything up for questions and just let everybody know that I'm available to go through anything they want to go through in the next few days if you want to send in emails or text questions or anything, but I just want to make sure everybody's clear on everything before we leave and then just get the gist of everything that we've been talking about. It's a lot of people. It's 43 of us, so it's a lot of movements, and every process and movement, everyone has to be clear. When we're on the bus, we're going to ask everyone to be quiet while we go over the schedule. We'll say a go, which means we're requesting for your attention, and then you say a may, which means that we have your attention. What we're going to be doing is going through all of the important stuff every night before we get off the bus. We're going to be talking about the schedule of the next day and everything that we're doing. That way, when I'm up in the morning and I'm trying to get myself moving, I don't have like 10, 15 people ask me the same question, what we're going to do today, what we're going to do today. The schedule is in the book, and we follow the schedule to a T. And we go through it on the bus and everything, and we just want everybody just to flow with everything, and everything is designed to give you the best journey and the best flow and introduction into Ghana. And just be prepared and just be clear and just go with the flow. Beyond that, everything is in place, and I'm here finalizing on everything that needs to be finalized on so we can have a smooth 2-week journey. All right, everyone, I appreciate your time. Everyone, enjoy your night. You take care. And for those who didn't get all of the call, I'm editing the call tonight. I'll be up all night editing it, and I have it available for you to listen to, go back through. But most important, all of the documentation attached to the conference call email and also the tour link on the website. So everybody, you take care, and I'll be connecting with everybody Friday evening at Atlanta Airport, and everybody else Saturday at 12:30 in Amsterdam.
All right, thank you.
All right, you take care. All right, everybody. So everybody, you take care and enjoy your night. And I'm on standby for anybody's communication.
Okay, thank you. Great job. Looking forward to meeting everyone on Friday.
I see your email now.
Okay. Right. Thank you.